Well, I got to tell you guys, the amp-in-a-box pedals are really gaining a lot of traction these days and getting very popular because they just keep getting better and better. And so Engl released the new Fireball IR. Here it is here. I'll go over all the features and everything in a minute. I'm also going to play it through a real power amp and cab as well to show you what that sounds like. So what you heard in the intro was me playing this in combination with my HX effects. For effects and routing, obviously. And I used the bottom IR in here, which is, I believe, the oversized or extra large Engl cab. So I used that. I thought that sounded really good. I'll go through the different IRs in a minute. And I just thought it sounded killer. So I just did the intro with that. And so now what we're going to do is go through some of the features. And I'm going to start with the clean channel. And I'm going to use some effects on the clean channel, just a little bit of chorus and delay because everybody's going to use it that way anyways. By the way, this has the mid boost right here. You can turn that on and off, and then here is the noise gate, which you can turn on and off here, and there's the threshold for it right there. Noise gate works really well. So for now, I'll turn the noise gate off because I don't need it for the clean channel. And here are the settings. You got bass, middle, treble, and of course volume and gain. And this thing has a freaking truckload of gain in it. So let's go ahead and do the clean channel now. So there's the clean channel. Let's go ahead and dial it in further. That sounds absolutely huge. I mean, it's got a really big, full, warm, but also chimey sound to it. I'm not kidding you guys. Like, I really feel like I'm plugged into an amp right now. It's got that nice kind of squish to it, just enough to make you, you know, feel like you're plugged into an amp. I don't know how they did that, but that's really kick-ass. And I just think it sounds great. Let's do a couple more little runs with it, and then we'll move on to the high gain stuff. That's freaking great. I could record with that tone. I could play live with it, whatever. I mean, that sounds really good. And I just put a little bit of chorus and delay on it because, like I said, we're going to do that anyways with a clean channel. And if you don't, you've lost your freaking mind. I mean, why not dress it up a little bit? So now let's switch gears and get into the high gain territory. We'll start without the boost, and then I will boost it. So for all you boost Karens out there, prepare yourself. I hope you're wearing your diapers. All right, so now we are in high gain territory. So this is how you turn the mid boost on and off, or the contour, or whatever you want to call it. So here are the settings on the tone stack. So let's go ahead and dial in a really good high gain tone, and then I'll go over the IRs as well for you. Again, we're in the bottom one, which is the extra large 412. So here we go. And this is the presence knob right here. So we'll start with that. A little more at noon. I like it up higher when I have the contour on, so we'll mess with that in a minute. All right, so let's mess with the contour or the mid boost. So with that on, you can get away with cranking the presence just like on the real amp. You can do that, and you can get a little more bite out of it. But that's great for solos or a nice rich rhythm tone. So either way, I like it on most of the time, and then I'll just cut the mids a little bit here and just kind of fine tune it. So that's what I do. Everybody likes different stuff, so do what works best for you. Okay, so let's go through the different cabs. All right, we'll go right up to the top here. I think this is a 212, this is a 412, and this is the extra large 412. So we'll go through them in sequential order. Okay, so, you know, pick your favorite, whichever one works for you. And later in this video, I'll show you how you can load your own IRs into this unit. I actually haven't done it yet. I just downloaded the software before I shot this video. So I guess we'll find out together. So it is cool, though, that they allow you to load in your own impulse responses. So you're not just stuck with the ones that are in here. Although the ones in here are actually pretty freaking good. I'm sure a lot of you guys would like one of them at least. But again, you can load in whatever you want. So now, you know what? I'm going to go over one more feature. You have a headphone out as well at the top here. So if you just want to play the pedal and listen to it with headphones, you could do that. I mean, that's really, really freaking cool. So yeah, I just think this pedal has a lot to offer. You know, I mean, it's great that it has the impulse responses in it. You know, that way it's kind of an all-in-one unit. You don't have to have a power amp unless you want one. You just bypass the impulse responses, and then you can run it through a power amp in real cab, which we will do later in this video. So I think that's kick-ass. But it's nice to have all-in-one, you know, and it's all in there. You can just plug it in and go. Use an effects unit if you want, but you don't need to have a separate IR loader. It has an IR loader built into it, so that is really cool. And with the software, you can load in whatever you want. So I just think this is kind of one of those no-brainer amp-in-a-box pedals. I really do, because it has pretty much everything you want. And you know, the Fireball is Engl's one of their most famous amps. I mean, it's a great amp, so I think you would really like this. And I think it represents the amp really well. And I like it when companies who build amps also build the amp-in-a-box pedals, because they know what the amp is supposed to feel and sound like. And this does feel and sound like an amp. So right away when I plugged into it the other day, I was like, the feel is great. So I could play this and not feel like I have arthritis like some other pedals, because some pedals actually don't feel all that great to play, and they just feel really weird, or they sound weird. This one doesn't. This sounds normal, you know. It feels normal. It feels like you're playing through an amp, and it sounds normal as well. So now let's kick on the boost. I'm using the Horizon drive and the HX effects, so I'll boost it with that. So all the boost Karens can go pee themselves right now, and hopefully they got their baby wipes, you know, and they can clean up, or their nannies can do it. So let's go ahead and kick on the Horizon drive now in the HX effects, and I'll do it while I'm playing so you can hear how it affects the amp, and then we'll dial it in further from there. All right, now we're talking. Let's go up to, just to keep things interesting, let's go up to the 212, because I use 212s. Let's go up to that IR, and then we'll dial in the pedal further from there. So here we go. All right, so I turned the contour off, and let's just kind of mess with two different types of tones you can get from this. You can have the contour on and off, so let's do the best tone we can come up with it off, and then we'll dial it in for the best tone with it on. What's cool too is when you're playing this live, what's nice about having the switch here is if you're playing rhythms and you like the contour off, you can have it that way. And then when you do a lead and you want to boost your mids a little, just turn this, you know, on here, you know, push this switch, and you'll have your contour on with your mid boost. So that's kind of cool as well. So, you know, that's a really nice feature to have on this pedal. So let's dial in the best tone we can with contour off now. Okay, so I think that sounds pretty good. I clicked the Horizon drive off just for a second there just to check something, but yeah, not bad. So let's turn on the contour now and dial it in for the best tone for that. All right, not bad at all, man. That just sounds really good. So we went over the high gain channel, 2 different modes with the contour on and off. We did the cleans, we did the different IRs. So now let's hook it up to the computer and just check out the software real quick and see how we can load in our own favorite IRs as well. Okay, I got the unit plugged into the computer via USB, and I have the software pulled up right now. It looks really simple, you know, so you have 3 different IRs just like you do in the unit, and you can replace all 3 of them. So I didn't really care for the second one. Not saying it's bad, it's just not my taste. So let's replace that one with one of mine. So hit the plus, and I'm going to go down to my IRs. And I'm going to pick one of my favorites. Import success. All right, there it is. The Mesa V30 with the Royer 121 and SM57 on it. Well, that was super easy. I mean, that was my first time using the software, and it was really simple and quick. So I'm glad they gave you those options, you know. So now let's hear what it sounds like through a real power amp and cab. I'm going to hook it up to my KSR PA50, and you're going to hear it through my Mesa cab with vintage 30s, and the mics are the Royer 121 and the Shure SM57 paired together. Let's see what it sounds like and feels like through that situation now. Okay, so now I switched guitars and I'm plugged into my KSR PA50, which is a 50-watt all-tube power amp, and my Mesa 212, which you can see on the bottom of the screen there. Vintage 30s with the Royer 121 and SM57 paired together as mics. So I'm going to go ahead and play it through that. So basically what you do is you turn off the cab sims here, and now it's just raw amp tones into the real amp and cab. So here we go. All right, that sounds phenomenal. Now I have the contour on, so you can dial it in with it on or off. Let's just do a quick dial in with it off. Yeah, either way, sounds great. Again, with the contour switch being right here, you can have it, you know, one way for leads, one way for rhythms, and I really think that's awesome. So it's nice to be able to access that with a foot switch, you know, while you're on stage. So I think that's cool. This thing sounds phenomenal through a real power amp and cab as well. I think it sounds great any way you hook it up, whether it's impulse responses that are built in or your own favorites, or a real power amp and cab. I just think this is so versatile and it's just awesome. So I guess we're into the final thoughts part of the video now. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a really good example of how to make an amp in a box pedal. You know, the sound is great, the feel is great, the features are awesome, and they're accessible with your feet while it's on stage. You know, easy to dial in, and I honestly feel like I'm playing a real amp right now. Whether it's IRs or amp and cab combination with the power amp and cab, doesn't matter. The feel is really good. I like the fact that you can hook it up to the software and very easily hook in, you know, plug in your own IRs. I mean, that's awesome. It's got the headphone jack, which is great for traveling or just quiet practice, you know. The built-in noise gate is awesome. I mean, everything is just so easily accessible on this unit, and it's just, it's like common sense, you know, when it comes to dialing it in. Whatever you think you're supposed to do with it, it just does, you know, so I really like that. So as far as I'm concerned, this is one of those amp in a box pedals that I think is for everyone. I think you can get a great tone out of it with both the clean and the high gain channels. I mean, the clean channel was amazing. It was really good. And I just think this is a pedal for everyone. Like I said, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer pedal if you ask me. I mean, there's some pedals that have been released as of late that were very polarizing. There were people that hated them, and there were people that thought they were cool. And they were just, you know, polarizing pedals. And I get it, you know, it's okay for that kind of stuff to be out there. But this is not a polarizing pedal at all. I think it's just amazing. It just sounds good all the way around. And I really can't say enough good things about this pedal. And amp in a box pedals are becoming very popular now. And I think that as the popularity of them is rising, the quality is rising with them, because amp companies are taking them more seriously now and going, oh, so people really dig this concept. All right, so let's really put everything we got into this now and not just stick our toes in the water. Let's just go in head first in the deep end and really make these pedals amazing. And I think Engl did that with this pedal. Well, I want to thank Engl for sending me this pedal and for sponsoring this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you are interested in one of these, Motor City Guitar has them in stock right now, and they can ship anywhere in the continental US, and they ship faster than any other store. So use my affiliate link below if you want to support my channel, support yourself by getting an amazing pedal and an awesome deal on it, and support a great store filled with great staff and awesome deals and great gear. Yeah, everybody wins, you know, when you do that. So I would appreciate it if you use my Motor City affiliate link below and get this pedal, man. I'm telling you, this is definitely one to get. This is really freaking good. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about this pedal in the comment section below, and let me know what pedals you're using right now, what you think of those, and how this might compare to those as far as what you've seen today. I know there's a lot of videos out today about this pedal, and I'm happy to be part of that whole thing because this is definitely a good one. So to all my Patreon supporters and subscribers, thank you guys so much. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and click the bell so that you can be notified every time I come out with new episodes. And thanks to everyone who's been purchasing all of my preset and profile packs on my website, which is also linked below, tonewars.com. If you want the best metal captures for any one of the digital platforms out there, you want to check out my website. Trust me, these capture packs are amazing. Well, I got a lot more stuff coming up for you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.